everybody, Lisa here with another Vera Bradley bag of the day. I really do have still a heavy workload, and so I haven't been doing as many videos. But this morning was kind of a weird morning for me, and I had a vet emergency with one of my dogs, and I've just been having trouble kind of concentrating on work. So I thought I would do a video. I'm not sure if I'll get to load it up today, or maybe I'll end up loading it up day after. But Duke, don't scratch that, Duke. Sorry. I just thought to distract myself because I'm a little bit worried about my dogs right now. I would I would do a video on something that everyone's been very excited about. All of Vera fans, a lot of Vera fans have been excited about, which is the release of the cat's meow pattern, and it seems to be. I mean, I don't know if they're officially calling it a limited edition, but it is in limited quantities. So it seems. I mean, it's been selling out very fast. And I just thought I would show it sort of live in case people don't live near a store and haven't gotten a chance to see it, or they're considering ordering it, but they're not sure, or their stuff hasn't come yet and they just want to get a look at it. Because I'm not a cat person, but I definitely succumbed to the frenzy when everybody knew it was coming out and started seeing pictures of it and started ordering it. Because I do like critters, as I've said in a number of my videos, and also it's just so sweetly done. So I thought I would show it. I initially ordered it in this item, which is an item people might want to get a look at too. It's the Carson Cellphone Crossbody. And if people have watched some of my other videos, I know I've been walking around with this tiny dinosaur of a clamshell phone and sort of clinging to it stubbornly. But it really was in the process of dying, and I did have to get a new phone. And so I've got my first smartphone, which is the iPhone 11. Go big or go home. So I thought I would show how it fits in here because I think people probably have questions about whether their phone will fit. I can measure my phone. I mean, I don't know across the board what phones will fit, but and I'm an Apple product person, so I can't speak about Samsung or anything else. I just thought I would show that. But even though I'm not a cat person, I do think this rendering is very sweet. It's kind of it reminds me very much of retro, vintage, campy fabrics that you often would see on items in antique and thrift stores, very in the country, especially in non-urban areas. It just reminds me of those kinds of fabrics. And sort of like the penguin pattern of a little while back. It's kind of done in that same way, where it's just these a variety of the animals sort of plunked down on a solid colored background. And I do like this background. I can see on my computer screen it's coming in a little on the blue side. But it's a dark gray. It's a gray that I like very much. It's a rich gray, a little bit on the cool side. Not quite as blue as this, but it is darker. This is a good. Here, it's not blowing out quite as much here. This right here, this area right here, the way the light is hitting it, it's having trouble getting the light to come in super even because of what time of day it is right now. But right around here, this is an accurate value for the background. Like I said, it is a little bit blue here. the background is a little bit more along the lines of the color of my shirt, which is coming in more accurately. But it is bluer than my shirt. When I hold it up, the bag background is bluer than my shirt, but it's not quite as blue as this coming out here. And I did order this. So I didn't get to pick pattern placement. I am considering getting another one just to compare. I did want the cat. I was happy to get the cat in the bag there, but I'm not crazy about this repeat with this flap kind of covering the head of the other one underneath. But I did like that I got, the bird in the bird cage there and the black cat with a little bit of string. And on the back is very nice. You see the kitten with smaller cat with the yarn, and that yarn is a nice rich pink, which pops nicely on the gray background. There's little touches of that hot pink throughout. The toy there, the little mouse. And this, which I didn't, fellow Vera fans had to tell me what that was about. I guess you can find a lot of videos online now with cats being startled by cucumbers. Apparently some cats are sensitive to cucumbers. I don't know. I don't have cats. Probably if I didn't have a husband, I might have cats as well as dogs because I'm a sucker for animals, but he keeps me in line. And also right now, I think my dogs couldn't handle cats. I don't have cat-friendly dogs right now, but I could see myself in the future having a real zoo. So this item has a pin snap closure, and when I take that up, I can see the lining, which is another part of this pattern that I just think is so sweet. Is this bird cage lining with the birds and the cages, and then there's that one cage. Where is it? There. Where it's just the bird is not there anymore, just some feathers. I used to have birds too, so that speaks to me. So I liked that little detail. And then this is just one narrow, tall pocket, and there's no other slip pockets or anything on either of the walls in there. And this lining fabric is a little bit more cotton feeling. It's not as slick as the polyester nylon linings. I'm not sure that this is 100% cotton. It doesn't feel like 100% cotton to me, although I'm not an expert. It feels a little bit rougher. But it's great that it's more cotton-like. Then on the back, there's just a deep slip pocket that goes down, goes down the length of the bag. Then it has this very thin, sort of bare bones strap. There's no padding or anything in this. This is probably the thinnest feeling crossbody strap I've ever come across. And it extends the shortest adjustment, for this would be 40 inches when I measured it. I have it set at about 50, but you could get it to 52. So I'll put it on at 50 and just give people an idea of how it looks. But that's not how I'm intending to use this. I'm intending to use this just as probably something to slip my phone in and then put it in my bag, or slip my phone and something else in and just use it as a clutch, and this would be my wallet if I didn't want to carry a bag with me somewhere. So I'll just put my phone in it. I measure this all before I forget. So the item itself is a little bit more than 4 inches this way, the short way. and a little bit more than 7 the long way. And my phone, again, this is the iPhone 11, not the Pro. The iPhone 11 Pro may be just a little bit bigger because I think they have different phone cases for that. And this isn't a phone case, so it's giving it a little bit of width. But the phone itself is probably about 3 by about 6. And the case is giving it some dimension. So 3 1/4 by about 7, almost 7 1/4. Oh no, sorry, almost 6 1/4 from top to bottom. So the thing I'm not, I mean, this is a relatively inexpensive item on the website, $30 if you don't have a coupon. And since this is a limited edition, I didn't wait for a coupon for this. I did have a coupon for this, but you know, as I've said in other videos, I don't really have money to spare right now, so I've been using my credit card points to get myself gift cards, and that's how that's how I'm getting stuff. It's a process. So anyway, but I did it for this because I could see things were selling out, and I don't know if they're going to be brought back. But I thought this was kind of a good item. Since they're not doing a full release in every single style with this, I thought this was a good item to order sight unseen. Because of how it's constructed, I felt like I might have a better chance of not, you know, there wouldn't be any really terrible decapitations on the front because this is a flap that, you know, wraps around like that. And then there's this larger piece here again. So I felt like a good chance that maybe there wouldn't be anything too awkward going on. Like I said, I do think this repeat here is a little awkward. You know, and that's unfortunate. But you don't see that much. But I think I'm imagining that if you wanted to do a magnetic snap closure on an item, that would be a more expensive piece of hardware, and perhaps it's even more expensive to put in place. I don't know anything about that. But this, you know, this pin snap is maybe a little bit less expensive. However, in order to work it, you really have to push down on it. And I don't feel comfortable, you know, pushing down on the front of my screen that much. So I don't put it in front, you know, facing front, because I don't want to then have to push down on the screen there. So I've been putting it in this way, back facing out. And that makes me feel a little bit better. I'm not pushing directly on the front. So it fits in there. You know, there is still some room. So a slightly bigger phone, you know, there's still some room there. You know, so someone with a slightly bigger phone or a phone case that's making your phone a little bit bigger, still might fit in there. You know. So anyway, I'll just put it on real quick, and then I'm going to take the strap off and just use it, show the way I intend to use it with the other things stuffed in there. So this is, like I said, again, this is set at about 50 inches. When I had it at the shortest, 40, I could get it on, but it was like way up there, which seemed kind of weird. But this is probably not anything I would ever use like this. I can't imagine myself using it like this. I don't know. It's a little odd. I think it looks okay. You know, for people who are interested in, you know, using it like this. So this strap is removable, which is nice. I don't know if I would have considered getting this if I hadn't known that the strap was removable. So it has a buckle here. And it has two of these, you know, loops here that help keep the straps sort of, you know, in place so they're not flying about. And it does slip out of that. And then there are these 2 loops here underneath the flap. So you just, pulls out of that. So that's how I'm probably going to just carry it like this. And what I found, I probably could slip something else in there with it, but I don't know if I would want to do that. It would be a little tight because this is tight. But what I do like is that this, which is the Gen Zip ID, and this one is Sure Thing. Got the seahorse there. And nice pieces of coral, the starfish. So I thought that was nice. Nice little bit of the seahorse there. But anyway, this, you have to shove it in, but it does fit in this back slip pocket. I guess you could tuck this in or remove this. That doesn't bother me. I mean, I guess you could keep this on and thread it through here. So if you were afraid that this might slip out in carrying it, it actually would be toggled to this, whatever, but tethered to that. But I mean, it's in there so tightly that I can't see this slipping out, especially not the way I would be carrying it. But anyway, I really like that. When I saw that I could do that, I was very pleased. I tried to do it with this, just a coin purse, but the coin purse is a little bit taller this way. And I was having trouble getting it in. Maybe if I worked on it a little bit more, it would fit in there, but I didn't spend too much time with it. So that's how for me, that's how I plan to use this. I'm hoping to do another video when I get a moment to show what other items I have that this kind of a phone fits in, because I have been previously buying stuff, with my smaller phone in mind. So I wanted to see, items that this might fit in, even that items you wouldn't typically think to put a phone in, maybe. Thought that might be helpful. But anyway, so that was the Carson Cellphone Crossbody. And then I thought, okay, well, I got my little taste of the cats, and I'm not really a cat person, and so that's the end of that, and I can sleep easy now. But the more I looked at this, just the nicer I thought it was, just the cuter I thought it was. And like I said, I'm in a Vera Bradley focus group, and they do show us patterns to look at, give us pattern surveys to look at. I don't know whether at what stage of development those patterns are, whether they're already a done deal and they're just looking to see what the reaction is, or whether they haven't finalized things yet. But they did show us the cats, and they did show us a dog version as well. And I did take a screenshot of it, but I don't feel like it would be appropriate to show it. I don't know what the parameters are. So, but I was looking at it the other night after looking at the cat pattern to see how it compares, because my memory of it was that it's very cute. And I'm sure it's not the final version. But I do feel like there may be even a little bit more variety in the poses. Like whoever did this really went to town with capturing the movement, the way that a cat carries itself and moves its body, and the activities that a cat, does when it's playing. I don't know if there's quite as much variety for the dogs. Still cute, and I'm sure I'll still end up getting it. So I'm a sucker for critters. But I couldn't let it go. I couldn't just do the one thing. I just was feeling like it's so cute and it's going to be gone and I'm going to regret it. And this was already sold out, selling out on the website. So I used up the rest of my gift card, so I'm gift cardless at the moment. I mean, I have some stuff I haven't done videos about, but I have to get some more gift cards for myself. Otherwise, I'm going to go into Vera withdrawal. The horror. Anyway, when I saw this one, I was very pleased because there's the full cat in the bag, right in the front panel, along with the bird cage and the little kitten with the ball of yarn. Those were the especially the ball of yarn, this kitten in particular, and the cat in the bag. I really did want together on the front of this, and didn't manage it. It the, I think you could get it, but the fabric would have to be very precisely cut. I mean, it would have to be just really excellent luck because of how they're spaced. But when I saw that, oh, and you also so nice is this cat with the fishbowl. So I mean, you can see that the rendering is very sketchy in a way. It's not super detailed. It's just a suggestion of things. It's almost like the person who did the flamingos may have had a hand in this. I don't know if there's a crossover who designs for factory and who designs for signature. But that kind of concept where it's just doesn't have to be super detailed to give you the impression that you need visually. On the back, I was pleased because I did get a lot of the cats sitting in the bag, which everyone says is a Vera bag. I don't think I ever even would have thought that, oddly. I mean, it makes sense, but I don't think I ever would have thought, oh, that's a Vera bag. You get that little cat in the teacup. There's the cat, a close-up with the cat in the goldfish bowl. Got a calico there. I just think, there's a cat sort of napping with a toy, it looks like. I like the cat, the Siamese, underneath the string from the ball of yarn, sort of reaching up for that piece of string, it looks like. Also nice about this cucumber here, the cat is jumping, because if you see those, if you Google like cat cucumber video, you'll see the cats are usually eating from their bowl or whatever, and then all of a sudden they see that there's a cucumber next to them and they jump. They really get startled. So that's why the cat is jumping. And this is the shadow. So that's kind of nice, that attention to detail. And this is the iconic Vera Tote, so it's a big one. It's a part of me that also saying, oh, I need the small one too, because it's hard to use the iconic Vera because it's so big. You're not always lugging around that much stuff. And I was thinking but I was thinking also that the small is a little maybe too small. I feel like maybe that makes it look a little dated when you're carrying a small bag with cats all over it. What modernizes this to me is the jumbo size, the Gigunda kind of size. Makes it a little bit more modern. So that counteracts the sort of vintage throwback feel to the print itself. So if people, most people are familiar with the iconic Vera, and I've done a bunch of videos on the iconic Vera. So I can try to put some links below in the comment on the video description, so I don't have to go over it too much. But again, there's that metal zipper up front, and then the slip pocket behind is lined with that bird cage, that cotton-ish bird cage fabric. Back doesn't have any pockets or anything. There is a hidden slip pocket up there. Let's see if this fits in there. So it just fits in there. Could put it in. Yeah, it fits this way. So that gets it down lower, which is nice. I don't feel like it's pulling too much, but I will put the bag on and see if it sort of causes this pocket to gape open. A fellow Vera fan was mentioning that recently, pointing out that that happens. I hadn't noticed that happening to me before, but I had a dinky cell phone before, so the top zipper is recessed just slightly, and it is that plastic um, zipper, which is nice. I did notice that some of the zippers now that are looking like the metal zippers are not feeling the same. I don't know if they're plastic or metal, but they definitely are not feeling as rough on some of the newer items. So that's nice. But this still feels like one of the old school zippers to me. Inside, I'll put it on first, but I just have stuffing in there right now, so nothing exciting to see. So, like everybody knows, it's a big bag, right? It's a big square bag. So, if you're not filling it up with a lot of stuff, it can look a little anemic. But like I said, I do think the large size modernizes the print. So even though there's that part of me that's saying maybe I should also get the small so I'll probably use it more. I think that one might not look quite as modern because it's a more traditional shoulder bag kind of size. So I'm hesitating, and it'll probably, it's already sold out online, so it would only be if I saw it somewhere, and, the odds of that are probably very slim. So, but, again, I just think it's very cute. It just makes me happy. Very nice to look at and fun. And I just want to see if I can get a good shot of the lining. So inside you just have the 6 slip pockets, your typical. They didn't change anything. Oh, I forgot to notice whether that cell phone pocket is drooping. Of course, there's nothing in it now, to keep it sort of standing up. I don't think it's drooping too much. Here, let's put it on the outside. But there's weight in there that's definitely affecting it, causing this. The top is not, the pocket itself is not like gaping open. But without the phone in there, I thought, the phone is causing that to happen. And maybe if I had some stuff in there that it would counteract that. I don't know. I'm probably not ever going to keep this in there. It's a little awkward for me to reach. The reach is hard. I'd sooner slip it in a slip pocket in there. I might put my car keys in that hidden pocket. I'm not sure. So you got the 6 slip pockets, 3 on each side, and the center one, almost, not 100% sure if the center one is a little bit bigger than the 2 side ones. Might be, but if it is, it's not by much. They're very close in size. Anyway, so the lining. A little crinkled there. You can just see those birds just super, super cute, and picking up the pink, from the exterior, those little touches of pink. So I thought that was very nice. And again, the one with the feather, so you're assuming the cat got the canary. This isn't really a canary looking bird, but unless that bird just got free. So it feels nice because it's that more cottony feel to it. It's not as noisy. That used to bug me. That noise from that other lining, drove me up a wall. And it feels like this lining fabric has a little bit more body, and so it feels like, to me, it's got more structure. It's not falling away from the quilted wall of the bag. It's not getting loose. It's not loose as loose feeling from the sides of the bag. Now, I'm not sure that there's any change in construction. It's just a feeling from this kind of fabric. It's just not feeling as blousy in there. And this is a there is something in this base. I can feel it. I can feel the edges of it. I don't know what it's made of. It's not removable. And I have washed large iconic mirrors and small with no problem. Um, but not knowing what that is, I would be careful not to overdo it probably with the washing. And I probably wouldn't iron it. I don't know if people consider ironing their bags. I wouldn't, because I don't know what this batting material is. There's material in here that's giving that quilt. That's how quilting material is made. There's batting in there. And I don't know what the fiber content is. And so I don't want to risk any kind of weird melting or fusing. I don't know if that would happen, but it's just something in the back of my mind. I don't know. I'll be careful with my iron temperature if I were considering doing that. Anyway, so just a quick one, and the dimensions on this just real quick, although that I have that in other videos, but just to give people an idea of how huge the bag is. Strap drop is about, it's about 11 or 12, let's see. It's about 11 and a half, maybe 12. Top opening is about 18, so that's pretty wide. 18 side to side, and 14 and a half top to bottom. And the base about 5 and a half. Let's see, maybe 6. Yeah, I think it's probably close to 6. So, well, I'm going to be trying to come up with lots of stuff I can carry around with me so I can justify using this. I used up my last of my gift card money for, and I did have a coupon, so I got a little bit of a discount, so that was nice. And again, the value is about right in the background here. There. That's good value, but it is a little, just looking a little blue. But it's in the ballpark. And I think if you like the way it looks here and you get it, you probably won't be disappointed. Duke, did you just fart? I don't know if that came through the video. He's had a rough day. Emergency visit to the vet this morning, and he's having lots of trouble right now. Eye trouble, foot trouble. Anyway. Okay, so now that I've distracted myself with the video, I'm going to try to do a little bit of work. But I just thought, people might like to get a sort of a live look at the pattern and the fabric if they haven't gotten to see it in person yet and moving around and stuff. So I hope people found that helpful. Hopefully see you next time on Vera